Hi, I am going to do a first impressions video, and in case you're wondering why I look at a hot mess at the moment, it's because I'm doing a foundation first impressions video. And this is the Chi Chi Cream to Powder Foundation, and it's in 10 Fair. And this says full coverage semi-matte with SPF 15. So I'm going to apply it with my Sigma F80 flat top kabuki brush, and I'm just going to start with a really light hand and see how it goes. I'm also going to use a mirror, so if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at my mirror. Wow, a little bit goes a long way. So all I did was just tap the top of the brush into the foundation, and it's giving me quite a lot of coverage, and it's very, very creamy. I like the way it's going on. It's very, very smooth, and it feels nice. It doesn't feel too heavy, and it doesn't feel too cakey or anything like that, and it's buffing in really nicely too. Although I have to admit, I'm not using a great deal of product, because the one thing I have found about cream finish foundations is that they can get very, very cakey if, you know, I end up using just too much product. It's also a really easy product to build up with. All I'm doing, really, I'll show you, is I'm taking the foundation and I'm just tapping my brush into it and pressing down, and I get a small amount of product on my brush, and I'm just buffing it into my skin. And I'm just building up the coverage slowly rather than, swiping a lot of product on. Okay, so I think that'll do it. As you can see, that's given me fairly decent coverage, and I haven't used a lot of product at all. The color looks like it matches me pretty well. It is a little bit more yellow than I normally get in a foundation, and I do like it quite a bit. I'll have to see how it wears throughout the day, and if I like the way it sits on my skin. I do have primer on, so I did prime my face before I did this, so it'll be interesting to see how that whole thing works out. So the time now is 12:10 p.m. and I am going to put on the rest of my face and go about my day, and then I will come back later with an update. Hi, okay, I'm back, and I've put my face on and I've got my makeup on, and this is about, let's see, 15 minutes later after having applied the foundation. As you can see, it is quite a semi-matte. It says it's a semi-matte finish, and it's definitely a semi-matte finish, and it's not a matte finish, because I can see areas where I'm looking quite dewy, and since I don't really like that dewy look, I'm actually going to set this with powder. I did think originally that I would leave it and wear it the whole day without setting it with powder, since it was a cream to powder finish, but I don't like this dewy look, and it's not something I like, so I am going to set it with powder. And I'm just using my Melly Touch Up Pro base powder to set it with. So I'm just gonna touch up the nose area, my forehead, so I don't have a shiny forehead, and just along the sides. Okay, yes, this is much better. I like it a lot better. Okay, so it's now 12:26 and I'm gonna go about my day. I've got a few errands to run. I need to go out for a little while, and I will be back after a few hours with a update on how this foundation is wearing. Hi, it's now about 3:05 in the afternoon, and I'm just doing a quick check-in. It's been about 2.5 hours since I've put the foundation on. It's a very, very warm, humid day today. It's about 32 degrees Celsius. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, so, but it's warm. And I have been out doing some errands. I have had lunch where I had a really spicy soup, which made my nose very runny. So I had to blow my nose. And what else have I done? That's pretty much it. And the house, I don't have the air conditioner on in the house yet, so it's warm. So this is what my face looks like now. I'm just zooming a little, lean forward a little bit. I've had to blow my nose because of the whole spicy hot soup lunch, and no foundation ever survives nose blowing. So the foundation has worn off a little bit around my nose, but generally everywhere else around my face is still holding up really well. It does look very dewy to me. Other people might not think that it looks that dewy, but it is dewy. Even though I powdered it earlier, it looks dewy to me, and it does feel a little bit dewy. And I have blotted it once with a sheet of blotting paper, and I only used one sheet of blotting paper, and there really wasn't actually that much to blot. But I did anyway, and I felt a little bit better and a little bit drier and less dewy after I did it. So that's how it is after 2.5 hours. So this is what it looks like, and I have to say it's holding up pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with it, considering that it is actually a really, really warm day today, and it's also very, very humid. So I'm gonna go now. I think I'm gonna lie down and take a nap, so we'll see how that holds up, and I will be back later with another update. Thanks. Hi. Okay, this is going to be my last check-in for the first impressions of this Chi Chi, I can't remember what I'm talking about, for this Chi Chi cream to powder finish foundation that I have. And the time now is 6:37, and I've had this on for about 6 hours now. This is what it looks like. I have not touched it up at all. The only thing I've done, as I said earlier, was I blotted the foundation in the middle of the day when it just got a little too warm and I was starting to feel just a little bit too dewy. It's definitely not a matte finish. It says semi-matte, and it definitely is more semi than matte. As you can see, there's a bit of shine going on, and I'm feeling very dewy, and that's how it all looks. But the coverage has stayed through the day, and it's managed to not wear off too poorly. There's a lot of wearing off around my nose area, which I guess for me is really normal in terms of where my foundation tends to wear off in my face. So I have to say I am quite happy with the way this foundation has worn. I only used primer. I didn't use any setting spray. I didn't use my anti-shine, which is something that I normally do if I'm, you know, making up to go to work or something like that. So this was pretty basic makeup for me, also because it's the weekend. I like it. I think I will continue to use it. I think though, because of the finish and because it tends to be a slightly more dewy look, I will set it with powder every time I use it. And I think also because it's actually a little bit more moisturizing as a foundation than some of my other ones, I'd save it to wear in the winter time when my skin does get a little bit drier from the weather. So I don't think this is going to be something that I would wear all the time in the summer when it's hot and when it's humid, unless I've got my anti-shine on and I've got my makeup setting spray on. But generally, yeah, I liked it and I think I'll keep using it. So thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!